Welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
A very good Wednesday morning to you. Welcome to the EST Hangout live right here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports, presented by Play Alberta. The Hangout brought to you by Sentinel Storage, Canada's storage experts, more than 2 decades helping Canadians through life transition. Find a convenient location nearest you at sentinel.ca. We want to thank everyone for listening across the Edmonton Sports Talk audio streams at edmontonsportstalk.com. Tune in, iHeartRadio, Apple Music for those watching on YouTube. Or those listening to this on podcast, wherever you get your podcast. Tom Gazzola, Iwanyk with you here, and special guest for the next couple of hours, linebacker for your Edmonton Elks. It is Nick Anderson. Nick, thank you for coming in once again. We really appreciate that.
Thank y'all for having me, man.
How's the morning going?
It's going good.
We didn't wake you up a little too early?
No, man. It's just I'm trying to get adjusted to the sun not being up when I wake up.
It's weird, isn't it?
That is tough.
Yeah.
Like the weather doesn't bother me. Granted, they say I haven't seen anything yet, so I'm looking forward to it. But I feel like I can embrace the elements. But the sun, I do need some sunlight. Maybe I need to find me a little timer light that can just shut on at like 7 a.m. to get me out of bed. But other than that, everything's been good.
I got one of those alarms. I never use it, but they're like the 30-minute alarms that slowly light up the room to help slowly wake you up.
I could use one of those.
I need one of those. Where did you get that?
That was like London Drugs.
Okay, I need to.
Phillips has got them. I'm sure they're on Amazon and stuff.
I need to make a trip.
Yeah, it's...
The sun thing is
weird.
weird.
It's nice. Well, but this one's more also just like for the wake up, so it's like it doesn't like beep beep beep, like it's just supposed to be a natural wake up, so that you're supposed to pick like the light. You set the time, and 30 minutes ahead of that, the light starts. So at some point,
I want this.
When you're out of REM cycle or whatever the heck it is, then it wakes you up and stuff.
Whatever company needs to give you a marketing deal for what you just did.
Okay, well, I don't know if Phillips needs this marketing, but I'll send that to them. Good news is, what day is it today? Today's the 10th.
The 10th.
21 more, or 10, 11 more days. Okay. And then it's all uphill from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to keep getting shorter days for 11 more days.
Okay.
But then it's slowly we build up the daylight after that.
The solstice is back.
Yeah, it stinks. Have you spent a December in Edmonton yet?
I haven't. This is my first.
Oh, yeah. It stinks. But after that, it's Christmas.
Okay.
Then we just have to get through really January, February.
Then it's a deep freeze.
And then the light's there.
Seriously?
And we're good.
Okay, so like does the light start like in the morning or do you get longer days in the evening?
How does it begin? Let me text.
That's a good question.
We have
Josh Clausen.
Yeah, we're
local
tight
weather
with
guy.
the main weather guy in town.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
You know, I'm tight with an information source too.
Who's that?
ChatGPT.
But doesn't know Edmonton very well.
Man.
When winter solstice happens, do our mornings or nights get the added light to start?
Because daylight savings time is in March, right? For spring forward?
Yeah. Beginning March or something.
Yeah.
So we'll see what
fall
Clausen
back.
says, if he's got an idea.
ChatGPT.
He's already texted me.
Did he really?
Yeah. He must be listening. Shout out, Josh.
Yeah.
Evenly distributed.
Okay.
So it's like, I think like the first couple of days, like we gain like 45 seconds.
Hey, that's better.
But it's all...
We'll take it.
It's all... And then at some point, like it goes quick.
Right.
Like it's a very small increments of daylight, but then all of a sudden it's like minutes we're gaining each day. And
That's true. I want to say something about ChatGPT. Our afternoon drive time show host, Reed Wilkins, according to his ChatGPT, Matthew Iwanyk is the heavyweight boxing champion of the world.
Yeah, look at me. I'm a big... I could get into the heavyweight. No, he just created schedules where I fought like Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali and then ChatGPT for him just thought for a while I was a world heavyweight boxer, which... And as you can see, how could you not think that about me?
Yeah.
Yes. You have heavyweight written all over you. And ChatGPT could not come up with a schedule for a CFL season with 9 teams. Remember how mad
it struggled
Reed was getting?
Yeah, it struggled with the bye weeks.
Yeah.
The 3 bye weeks for each team and spreading them out evenly.
Yeah.
Have you looked at the schedule?
I have looked at the schedule.
Does it get you fired up like it gets us fired up?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It is way better than last year. The week 2 bye week and then the week 5 bye week and then a 10-game stretch was crazy. But I feel like that's the biggest thing from the players' aspect of understanding where we're going to get the rest times. But looking at the schedule, being able to finish camp, traveling out to Ottawa, and then having a bye week to settle in, and then, starting off the home opener with Montreal, the team that played in the Grey Cup last year, bringing their quarterback back is going to be pretty great, especially to get a early win against Ottawa, come home, get a win against Montreal for the fans, and then I think we go on the road after that. But we go on that 10-game stretch, which will be good to get that break after camp, go for 10, get another break, go for a couple, again, get a break, and then head into the playoffs and hopefully get another break. We go into the playoffs.
You guys survived that 10-game stretch decently.
Yeah.
I know you got nicked up.
Yeah.
I know you got nicked up a couple times, but overall, it was impressive. But it kind of coincided with Cody starting to take over too, guys finding the rhythm defensively.
Right.
Yeah, that was impressive. I mean, the start, Maddie doing pre and post game, that was a rough start last year. But
Wait, how much does a slow start for last season come down to just like new head coach, new defensive coordinator, new offensive coordinator, new special teams coach, like the main coaching staff? It's brand new. Is that not now when you look back retrospectively kind of expected from the outs, like at least for us on the outside looking in, that it takes a while to learn new systems?
Yeah, I've always been a guy in my career that's been a no excuse guy.
Okay.
But I feel like the line of having no excuses is sometimes facing realities. Mm-hmm. It's great to be a no excuse guy, but sometimes you do got to face the reality that everything was different last year. Like different coordinators, different people from all the way to the ownership down to the players on the roster. And it took some adjusting, and I feel like we handled it well. We didn't make a lot of excuses. Everybody showed up to work. Everybody kept the main thing, and it's great to have, considering that next year things will be cemented. So I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah, it just seems like there's a lot in continuity already when you're just seeing like the free agent list for the team. It's one of the smallest of the Canadian Football League. And then, so Cody signs yesterday. Blanchard is signed. I'm going to miss so many names. Barlow has signed.
Robbie Smith
restructured. Noah Taylor, Noah Curtis have re-signed. Terrell Ford has re-signed. Like, it's just
Frank the Tank signed
at the time. Like, there's just so many. Just like check. That it's like, well, this. There's a lot of you guys coming back next year.
Yeah,
man. I'm looking forward to it, and also I feel like tough times definitely connects the team in a different way. Mm-hmm. Like going through adverse situations. And so having to deal with all that change, having to deal with, fighting and coming up short of the playoffs, and then having an off season where guys are able to connect with each other and kind of like use those tough times to create a brotherhood through it. We're going to have a great team next year based off just that. You got to go through something to get something. And then like we talked about prior, being at Tulane, us being that first championship team in like 25 years. It took us going through a 2-10 season. Like, a lot of people don't even know that the year before we won conference championship, the Cotton Bowl, beat the Heisman Trophy winner and all that good stuff, we were 2-10. So out of 139 teams in college football, we were like 136.
Jeez.
Yeah, we sucked. But it was just one of those things, like, we deal with a lot of adversity that year. We had a hurricane hit New Orleans the day that we finished fall camp. And so we had to evacuate and go live in Birmingham, Alabama for like a month. But we were told we were going to be there 2 days because usually hurricanes come in, they do their damage, and then after that, but this one was bad. It knocked out a power grid. And so the city of New Orleans didn't have power for like 2.5 weeks. And so we ended up packing, literally closed for like 2 to 3 days, and was stranded in Birmingham for like a month. Granted, the faculty did a great job of, making sure that we had what we needed while we were out there. But, yeah, the school year started for us, I want to say late September. We had to travel to play our games in Oklahoma. That was supposed to be a home game for us. We had to travel to Ole Miss. We ended up playing on an old field for our home game versus Morgan State that year. It was just a lot.
No kidding.
Yeah, was this the 2-10 season?
It was a 2-10 season.
This was the 2-10 season.
And so
I guess part of this, like what you were saying before, like sometimes the no excuses
Yeah, like
Sometimes things come
That
in.
makes sense.
Yeah, and then just come. I got hurt that year. Ended up breaking my fibula versus Ole Miss. And so I missed like a month. I came back in like 3.5 weeks, which was pretty shocking. But
That is shocking.
Yeah, came back and finished the season, but our quarterback was banged up. So injuries compared to other things going on in the program, it made us closer. And so like spending a month in a hotel with guys and you have nowhere to go but to be with each other. But being able to get through all of that, sort through all that, and saying, "Hey, man, like next year just is not going to be that." We went out there next year, and it wasn't just about winning. It was about just beating teams that made a mockery of us. Like really just playing with that chip on the shoulder. Like, all right, yeah, you were able to beat us when we had all this going on. But now that we got things settled, and let's see, let's put the pass on and see. So I feel like that's going to be our reality. Next year, everybody jokes about like the rebuilding of Edmonton. Okay, now that we rebuilt, what's up? Let's do it. So I'm looking forward to it, man.
I like that attitude. I mean, well, Cody was just on with Dusty and Eric on the morning show right before we hopped on, and he talked about the room, and that was a big part of him deciding you want to come back. And he said, guys were texting him, when are you signing? Are you signing? Come on, man, let's go.
Right.
That was kind of nice to hear him give us that insight. So the way this culture, I know culture gets used a lot, is starting to evolve. I think it's noticeable from the outside. I know, we get to be around you guys a little bit more during the season and we can see more of it, but there is a definite shift in the attitude from the organization, it seems like, and that's starting to build up. Is it fair to put some eggs in that basket and say, yep, that's kind of happening with this Double E team?
Right, for sure. I mean, I had a coach, again, in university ball, Coach Chris Hampton. He's the DC at Oregon now. And he used to have this saying that says, culture overrides scheme. And you really didn't understand what that meant until I got older. And that's true. You can have the greatest scheme in the world, but if you don't have the guys to run it, the guys that can connect to each other personally to say, all right, not only am I doing my job, but I'm doing my job with the care and concern of the individuals around me, then it doesn't work. But I feel like the organization has gotten so much better. And granted, I've only been a part of the Elks for 2 years, but just, to see how things were my first year compared to how things were last year is just completely night and day. And that's just credit to the ownership and on down. They've done a great job of making it feel like a home environment for the players and somewhere where the players want to be. Granted, I'm from Mississippi. I'm back in Edmonton for 3 more months during the deep winter.
I was going to say that.
That's just not a decision that's just, I made based off just resources. It's like, I want to be up here. Like, I've, started to look at Edmonton more as a home for me. I always said that I would keep going back to New Orleans until it didn't make sense anymore. And now Edmonton makes sense as a place to be, a place to, give resources rather than just receive resources for myself. And so I'm just looking forward to just using the off season to just get closer with the staff, closer with the community, because it just gives you more to play for when the season rolls around. And I feel like a lot of guys feel that way, just wanting to come back versus last year wanting to, when the season was over with for me, my rookie year, I was like, where's the first plane? So to just have that, mindset this year of like, yeah, I want to go see the family, but I also want to get back to just being around Edmonton and continuing to build for next year has just been amazing.
That's I know one thing that when they both got hired, Chris Morrison and Hervey, like
it was missing.
Obviously,
for
they're
years.
players back in the day, alum of this team, and that was the thing that was for them.
Yeah.
And to not have that, I know that they talked with. No, that's got to change.
Yeah.
They need to have more of that, and they wanted to build that culture. So it's clear that through 1 year, that's already begun. By the way, sidetrack. Sunset December 31st is 4:24 p.m.
Okay.
A month later, it's 5:15 p.m.
Okay.
But then it's 6:10 by the end of February.
That's nice.
So it's going to shoot up. Sunrise is 8:39 right now.
Okay.
By Jan 30, it's only going to be 8:20. So we're getting about 20 minutes in a month.
Okay.
But then it's going to be 7:30 by Feb. So then, it's happening.
Okay.
It's happening. It just got to wait one more week, in a sense, and then it's all uphill. We got something to look forward to.
And I'm gonna get that Philips alarm.
Yeah,
with the light.
Help. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. And I will send the bill to them. I'll just say that could be my charge to them was that you get a free one.
Okay,
Yeah, as the ambassador for Phillips.
Let's do that.
I already know exactly where I'm gonna put it in my apartment.
Perfect.
You've got a nice warm coat and everything for this cold.
I do got a nice warm coat.
Nice good gloves and all that.
Yep. I loaded up, man. I actually got on ChatGPT and said, all right, this is my situation. This is what I'm used to. This is where I'm going. And they was like, yeah, the Edmonton winters are real. Like, you know, the algorithm of ChatGPT, it starts, the more you use it, it starts to talk to you like this. Like, it was like, yeah, the Edmonton winters are real, bro. Like, this is what you're going to need. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, appreciate you.
The last time you were on the show, we were talking about you're like, I need to find my spots in the city. I need to find a good place to go shopping. And we're like, well, you got to go to West Edmonton Mall.
Yeah.
Try that out. Have you found some places that you like to go to? And, you know, if you want to be by yourself or with one or two people, and then I know the team probably likes to get out and do some things together and in different groups. Have you found some spots?
Yeah, I found a couple spots, man. I feel like one of the spots that I really like, shout out to Simons. Like if Simons wanna, you know, they wanna get on the team and, you know, give me a little brand deal, you know, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Good spot.
Shout out Simons.
Shout out Simons.
Just do all this, the three of us.
Nick Anderson's open for business.
I had I was on the TSN panel prior to the Edmonton versus Hamilton game when we played them at home, and I needed a last minute suit. I wanted to look nice on the panel. And so went to Simons and they had everything I needed in there, tailored my suit in there. It was very nice. I don't think I've been to a place like that down in the States. So it was pretty nice to just go in there, pick out a suit that was a reasonable price, and then get it tailored right there. But West Edmonton Mall has been a place that I've traveled to a lot. I mean, I stay right downtown, like right on 103. And so I found like little places around there. Not familiar with the names, but it's just little places around there that I just pop in, pop out. And it's been fun.
Well, there are a couple Elks that live. Cody Grace lived in our building this past summer.
Okay.
And Rank was there one night. I'm like, what are you doing in my building?
Okay.
He's like, we're having a party. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, have fun. And then
So
I tried.
You stay in the Encore?
We're in the Ultima.
Ultima.
Yeah, Maddie lives there too.
Okay, I'm right there in the lofts, Moore's Lofts.
Those are nice.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
I
good
stay
spot.
right there.
Yeah. Right around the corner.
It's a nice spot.
It is
It's
nice.
like a lot of things right there.
Yeah. Everything's right there.
Good restaurants.
It is beautiful in the summer.
Yeah, I always walk down, you know, I say probably every 2 weeks, I'll, you know, catch the elevator down through the parking garage and walk right out the door, bust a left and go to Soul Fried Chicken, get my order, and go right back to the house.
Yeah, that's a good
Right to the
spot.
house. It is a great spot.
And then have you tried Fox Coffee Shop right next door?
I haven't, but
Give it a shot.
I'm going to try it.
Yeah, they sponsor our Saturday show.
Okay.
A great local couple. Really, really unique spot too. Like,
Okay.
I think they start doing live music there on Fridays, like really chill stuff. So just pop in there.
Okay.
Grab a
I
coffee.
will.
Yeah. Good people there.
Okay.
Campio's great.
Campio, yeah.
Kelly's is always good.
I end up at Kelly's too often.
The Ice House is right there.
Yeah.
I do like Joey's Bell Tower. If you're looking for a little bit of a nicer spot at times.
Yeah,
They have a good old fashioned.
I know.
Although
Joey's-
Sabor is delicious.
There's a lot of good spots. Yeah. Do you ever just like walk in the summer to like the Ledge and the River Valley?
Yeah, that's what I love, walking down there to the River Valley. I got a little scooter that I ride through there, but it's always fun. That was one of the things that I did my rookie year. I had a e-bike, so the whole summer,
nice.
like on my off days, I'd jump on that thing and ride all. I had a little route that took me, so I stayed. I want to say I stayed a little bit west of Kingsway Mall, in like the little subdivision over there by the little park over there. And I would just jump on my bike and ride downtown, start on the west side of the River Valley, ride through downtown, go down across the bridge, ride on the other side of the River Valley and back around the stadium and make my whole little loop. That was my off-day thing.
It's pretty good, actually.
So, yeah,
It's a nice little drive.
I'll go do that and have a great time.
Stadium area too, they're starting to fix up on the one side. I know it's an older neighborhood and has some tough spots, but yeah, it's coming around, which is good.
It is.
Yeah.
We've got lots of time, so we'll get back to the Elks and all that.
Yeah.
But the green wave in the playoffs.
Roll wave.
That's. Ooh, I like that.
Hey, roll.
How much do you get a chance to follow them?
All the time.
Yeah, you still.
Yeah, man, I'm locked in with Tulane. They gave me an opportunity to just go and get a great education, play some great college football. I was a captain there 3 years. Like I said, we did something that started a great dynasty that they've been able to maintain. And so like me and Tulane, like I cut my veins open. It's green and blue in there, and so. Yeah.
Ole Miss or Oregon? Who are they playing?
Play Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Well, Ole Miss has the Lane Kiffin stuff. We were probably laughing at all that was going on, were you?
Yeah, man. It's a double-edged sword for sure. I could see Lane Kiffin POV of now in college football, you got players that easily would jump ship.
Right.
To get a better opportunity, in which you can't be mad at anyone for.
Coaches were always able to jump ship, and players never were able to jump ship, and that always annoyed me.
Right, and so I get the in conference thing. I do disagree with the fact that Ole Miss has had the best college football season in their program history up under Lane Kiffin. And just because he's going to a team in conference, they was like, yeah, we're not letting you finish the season. Which is like, why would you not? Especially knowing his contributions to the university and that football program specifically. Yeah. Why would you not want him to finish the season where they actually have a great opportunity going to the national championship?
Yeah.
What they did until they Tulane. Yeah, they did until Tulane's on their schedule now. So I don't
look
know about
out.
that.
I like that.
But
I like that. I was like, yeah, okay.
But man, yeah.
But the one thing with that, like from an Ole Miss perspective, though, is because players are so easy to move, how much is he going to spend the next little while to also try to convince players to come with him to LSU?
But didn't guys in the room also say they didn't want him around, or was like it must have divided the room?
Lane Kiffin
definitely did.
Yeah, Lane Kiffin said that the team wanted him to coach. A couple players sent out a tweet a couple days later and were like, that's not what we said.
Right.
But no one was in that room because cameras weren't allowed in that room.
Right.
So we actually don't know how many players wanted and how many didn't. For a senior, do you care what Lane Kiffin's going on? This is your last chance to play college football.
As a senior, it's like, I want my coach.
I want to go win a national title.
Right. But then I understand the administration point of like, we can't have you poaching players.
But the offensive staff that is joining Lane Kiffin in LSU is allowed to coach.
Right.
So their OC, Charlie Weiss Jr. and stuff, he could do the poaching.
Right.
He's there if he wants.
Well,
he can
that's
do the
what
poaching.
I'm thinking. Some guys are going to go with them, aren't
you
they?
You can't have the whole coaching staff just gone before these playoffs. So the offensive staff is still going to coach with Ole Miss.
Yeah.
But who knows? They just handed the job to the DC as the permanent coach too.
Right.
So there's some turmoil there, which is that chance for the Green Wave to
take advantage.
It's trouble in paradise. And, I mean, we kind of have the same situation going on. Coach Summerall is going to Florida.
That's right.
Yes, but, I mean, Florida and Tulane not in the same conference.
Right.
So, and then I don't think Coach Summerall isn't taking his whole staff with him to Tulane. And the passing game coordinator is going to be the official head coach, Will Hall.
Okay.
He was the offensive coordinator in 2019 and 2020 at Tulane. Then he left, had a stint at Southern Miss as the head coach, came back to Tulane as the passing coordinator, and now he's going to be the head coach. And so I feel like we just have more stability upstairs. Like the guys were able to show up and win the conference championship against a UNT offense that was one of the top in the nation. And so I feel like structurally, Tulane's looking at it as like, this is an opportunity for us. So regardless of what's going on, we're gonna go out here and make the best of that opportunity, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And so I feel like, especially with Ole Miss having to deal with a lot of distractions, we're gonna see how they handle that. But to Lane Kiffin's defense, it's way easier to recruit at LSU than it is at Ole Miss.
Is it?
Way easier. I mean, like, if you're in Mississippi, you grow up playing in Von Hemingway. If you're anybody in the South or across the country, you know about Death Valley.
Yeah.
So just that within itself it's hard to sit there and say, okay, come to Ole Miss, come to Oxford over going to Death Valley, especially with the history behind LSU and their program. Even as far as like maintaining players, it'll be easier to get somebody to sign to LSU and have them stay in the world of college football now, rather than somebody going to Ole Miss and having a good season and staying all 4 years. And so I feel like just with the longevity and the trajectory that college football is going to, the job security at LSU, Lane Kiffin can go to LSU and be the next Nick Saban potentially.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you. Like LSU, we know, like obviously they have the storied history and all that, and they're a powerhouse program. But like, where do they stack up as a kid from the South to Bama? And I know Georgia's in there. Clemson's been good. OU, I have experience down at OU. That was amazing to see. But there's some like powerhouse programs there. Are they number one? Is Bama number one? I know Saban's gone, but like, how do you see it? I know you got your love for Tulane, but when you're a kid from Mississippi, like, how do you stack those programs up?
For sure. When I was a kid, growing up in Mississippi, that's SEC country. So every Saturday we were watching SEC football. Like, I never really watched the Big Ten, never seen the Pac-12 for real.
Wow. You missed out on Pac-12 after dark. Those are some of the best games.
Mountain West.
I mean, ACC, I'll catch every now and then when they were playing the ACC school, but in my household and my friend's household, it was SEC football. So I grew up naturally because I was in Mississippi. You want to play for your state and represent your state. But my favorite school was Alabama because of the way that Nick Saban ran the program with discipline and expectations, and just seeing Alabama's going to have 15-plus draft picks a year when I was growing up. But my dream school was LSU.
Yeah.
I went on a junior visit to LSU, and it was unreal. Like, just the atmosphere, Death Valley.
Who's the coach at that time? Was it
Coach O was the coach when I was coming out. Yeah. He was the coach when I was
coming out. Is that the guy with the funny voice?
Yeah. Yeah, Coach O, that's my dog, man. His son is the coach, tight ends coach at Tulane. But even when we were playing our championship year, LSU had let him go, and so he hung around our program for a long time. And so, yeah, he's a great guy, great, genuine guy. I mean, he recruited me a little bit. He always said, I always, gave him some trash because I was like, Coach O, man, I could have been on that 2019 championship team, man. You didn't grab me, man. He was like, well, Willie done a hell of a job with you. I was just like, yeah, he has.
Man.
So you still have some people that you played with on that Greenway does the timing still work?
Yeah, so the seniors, there's like 5 seniors on that team that were freshmen.
Okay.
When we won. So that's pretty cool too to see those guys. Because they've been like those guys, they're lucky, man. It's a true blessing. Me and a couple of the guys in my class were talking about this because me and the guys in my class, we talk almost every day. So we were talking about the fact that those freshmen that were on the team when we were on there, all they know is great Tulane football because Tulane has played in the conference championship the past 4 years. So every year they've been at Tulane, they have played in the conference championship. And it's just miraculous to see because it's like, man, I remember my first game at Tulane, we played FIU on a Thursday night, and it may have been 3,500 people at the game.
That's it.
On the
home game?
Home game.
Damn.
Home opener.
Damn.
Maybe 3,500. And my last game ever playing in Yeoman Stadium was packed out 34,000, won the championship, like fireworks, fans rushing the field.
Yeah.
And so but that's their reality, and just to see those guys, play in the conference championship for 4 years straight, win one their freshman year, win the Cotton Bowl, and then their senior year, win the conference championship, going to the college football playoffs. Man, that's a dream come true.
It is pretty cool. Like, the atmosphere is great. I know, Maddie, you're pretty hardcore into it.
I love college football. I will stand by CFL, NCAA, NFL in my mind for just entertainment of what I want to watch.
There's so
right
many
now where I am in my
teams,
life. It doesn't matter.
But I grew up here, so I don't have the understanding. I'd lived in Oklahoma City for a bit, and I got to go to OU Notre Dame game.
Okay.
And I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's legit. I tell everybody that college football in the States gets it trumps the NFL.
Yeah.
Like it's not close.
Well, we went through like biggest stadiums in the world, and how many of them were college football stadiums?
Yeah,
SEC stadium.
Yeah.
SEC, Michigan, Big House.
Big House.
Obviously, the Horseshoe is a big one. I think Penn State has a massive one
It's
too.
like 105,000.
Like Tennessee's Tennessee, they actually took seats out. They were at one point like 109,000 seats.
wild,
or something. They
man.
went down to 101,000 or something.
It's more than like cities.
Yeah, it's incredible what they get for those things.
I have a question for you about college football, Nick. The way NIL has ballooned, I don't think anybody's really surprised, but the fact that they opened the door to that, and then the transfer portal. It to me, when I hear about it, and we saw it in hockey this offseason where a guy went from Medicine Hat, signed for, what did Gavin McKenna get? $700,000.
It was rumored 700, but it's
Penn
come out
State.
that it might be less.
Okay,
That
so
was
anyway-
a false number.
Anyway, he's an 17, 18-year-old kid playing hockey in Medicine Hat, which is southern Alberta, a city of like 85, 90,000 people. And he's like, screw this league. I'm going to Penn State and taking a couple $100,000. That's just in hockey. Like football is huge, obviously. How do you look at the way NCAA football and NCAA in general is evolving? Because to me, it's almost like pro sports.
It is pro sports now. Like teams are starting to hire general managers to just handle everything that's going on, like the business aspect of it. I mean, you got agents that jumped ahead of the gun and are getting deals done for players at 45% commission, which is crazy. Like, and I just don't like the way that the NCAA just said, open door, do it.
Yeah.
Rather than having actual things in place, rules and regulations to say, okay, we're going to limit this, limit that. The first thing I would say, the transfer portal has to be changed, and it can't align with the school calendar anymore. Like, it has to align with the fact that guys can't be able to just jump in when they want to. Mm-hmm. Because even with coaches, they have to finish out their regular season before they just jump ship. I mean, unless a coach gets fired, for the most part, you don't have a coach that's like, week 3, oh yeah, I got this better job, I'm gonna leave. Yeah, and so I don't feel like the players should be able to do that. It has to come after the season or just in the summer before summer workouts start. Simply because the bowl games don't even matter anymore because
guys are skipping them.
You gotta.
Well, there's teams that are skipping them because they don't have. Last year, I think it was Washington State. They still played, but they had like 30 guys in the transfer portal. They played with a bunch of no names, for their season,
right?
Just because they had no one else,
right? And then growing up, you love to watch bowl games. I mean, even at Tulane, it was an honor to get an opportunity to play in a bowl game, and now it's just like, playoffs hit or miss. And so I feel like the transfer portal needs some limitations. And I feel like NIL, the players 110% deserve to get paid.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, the universities are making a killing off college football. So the players deserve to get paid. I think the players should get paid after they graduate. You should get a percentage while you're in school, but the bulk of it should be after you graduate and get your degree.
I like that.
Yeah,
that's smart.
What I think. Like,
you give an allowance throughout the year,
right?
But then at the end, it's in a trust or whatever, and then once you're done, congratulations.
Right. Like, congratulations, here goes your degree and here goes your money.
That's a great head start to life.
Phenomenal. Versus giving a kid that's, like you said, 17, 18, close to $1 million. You got the influence of families before the kid has even begun to make decisions himself about who he is as a person. You already got family members that's like, oh, well, and it's just, it's a distraction as an athlete. And so I just feel like, you should have a percentage to get by through your college life to where you can live more than reasonably. And then the bulk of it should be put in for after you graduate.
It's interesting because like some of the rules around, especially before they opened it up to NIL, I'll just use an example. I know one of the Oilers coach at the time, his son played at Denver, played hockey at Denver. he couldn't accept tickets. Him and his teammates couldn't accept tickets as a gift to his dad's game that he was coaching when we were in Denver for the Oilers Avalanche game. Because it would have interfered or would have been against the rules of NCAA policy. And I was like, that is messed up.
Yeah.
Well, there's Ohio State players famously back in the day. They got tattoos. They got free tattoos, and they got suspended for that because they found out that they got free tattoos because they signed, I think, some photos for the guy to like balance it out and stuff.
Yeah.
And yet, if you're in academics, you can go get a side job. You can make any money you want on the side. It doesn't impact your scholarship. But the moment you're an athlete, you're not allowed to make any money on the side. It's only you're playing for the school. Yeah. That's it. And you can't go make any money. And it was just always like those rules were just a
those
joke.
rules were crazy.
This is stupid.
Which the Ohio State players also didn't get suspended for the bowl game. They only got suspended for the next season because we can't hurt the sponsors.
No, of course not.
We can't hurt the sponsors in the NCAA. No. You can deal with that next year. But no, still playing this bowl game because it matters. It makes us money.
Yeah.
That's got to mess with their heads. And Johnny Manziel just going and doing autograph signings, making like he was an idiot, but whatever. I kind of admire him for doing it his way.
Yeah. And I'm glad they gave Reggie Bush back his Heisman because
that's right.
Yeah, like why would you?
What he did off the field didn't impact what we saw him do on the field.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not like he did PEDs or something and that season was... No, he just got paid on the side. But he still was the best damn player in college football that year. You know, he was electric. Although I was glad that Texas won that Rose Bowl game. Okay. Who should have made the playoffs? Bama, Miami, Notre Dame. Two of them could go in. Who deserved to be in?
Bama, Miami, Notre Dame.
Do you agree that Bama, Miami got in over Notre Dame?
I will put in Notre Dame before I put in Alabama.
You'd be one of those.
Yeah.
I agree with that largely.
Yeah.
Especially because it was a blowout in the SEC championship game.
Yeah.
Like if they lost to Georgia, even though they already beat them this year, but if they lost a close game, there's more validity to like, 3-loss Bama, they can go to the playoffs.
Right.
But they didn't score a point through 3 quarters.
Yeah. I mean, they almost didn't beat Auburn.
That's right.
Which it's a rivalry game, so rivalry games are always toss-ups, but yeah.
Well, and then the committee was trying to be like, wow, they pulled out this great late comeback or late win. And like they're trying to praise the win over Auburn, but it's like, okay, well, but it was just Auburn. They weren't a good year. They had their coach fired.
Is Auburn going to eat? They didn't even make a bowl game. I don't think.
They declined. I don't think they made it, but they got offered after because the other people declined, and they've declined going.
Right. And you making the playoffs off of Auburn win?
And they have the worst loss because they lost to Florida State.
Yeah. Like the SEC, man. Being in the SEC, it trumps a lot of things, man.
Yeah.
Because of just the history in that conference. It's like it's Alabama. How can you not put them in the playoffs?
Yeah.
That's just,
and they didn't make it last year. They were left out last year, were they not?
Were they?
I feel like
so.
Bama was because I feel like they had a year, and that was a big deal. That oh my God, Bama got left out of this expanded playoff.
I can't remember.
2024 college football, or that we considered 25?
Because Saban's been gone how many years now?
This is the second.
2. And he's actually kind of half decent on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, that program's great, obviously.
I feel like just in general, Nick Saban could be doing, he could be holding a microphone and set up a box on the street and everybody's going to stop and listen.
I believe that. I believe that.
There's only one Nick Saban.
Yeah. I met Barry Switzer at OU before that game, and he had like a camera crew. They were recording like a documentary on him. And they're like, you want to meet Coach? You want to meet Coach? I'm like, which Coach? I'm from Edmonton. Like, I remember him with the Cowboys. And I'm like, oh my God, that's Barry Switzer. And there was like 200 people following him up the road through the tailgate into the stadium. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So I like put out my hand, he shook it, and I was like, cool. But it was insane. So when you say, yeah, Nick Saban could set up on a soapbox and just talk and he'd have a huge audience, I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe it 100%.
He's the greatest college football coach ever.
Yeah.
It's not a question.
Not a question at all.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah. And now the pressure's all on Kellen DeBoer because
it
was a missed
big
playoff
shoes
last
to
year.
fill.
Huge shoes to fill.
Like,
And
in a sense, you can't fill those shoes. To be honest,
No.
you can't.
it's hard to, if you go look at history of just sports, of replacing a legend, it's not easy.
Not easy at all.
It's they have a very difficult time. And
You get all the resources in the world at those schools.
not Bama though. Surprisingly enough, there's a lot of report they don't have the NIL money like other schools do.
Yeah.
Really?
They're
What about
they're
like
actually
boosters and alumni? And
they don't have the money like the other schools with those people.
Really?
Like there's a thing where even like recently, I think it was last season, they launched a thing of like they wanting students to donate and stuff.
Come
Alabama,
on.
weirdly enough, NIL might hurt Bama more than almost any other school, considering where their stature was prior to NIL.
Yeah.
And now not getting that money coming in like some other schools can get. Like Oregon's loaded with
Well, they're
with
basically
Nike
a
money.
Nike factory.
Yeah. And then the state tax plays a heavy role in it too, because you got Florida and Texas schools that don't have state taxes,
Right.
so you can just spend like so. Kind of like the NFL. If you ask every NFL player where they want to go play, they're gonna say, "Yeah, I want to go play in Dallas, Houston, Texas, Florida, Miami, like a state that doesn't have state taxes, because
Yeah.
you're gonna make more money." And so, like, college students thinking about that too. Like, if you look at the top schools that do have just resources like that, it's more than likely schools that have lower state tax.
Yeah.
Like, look at Texas. Texas probably got unlimited resources when it comes to NIL.
I like Texas.
I mean, they had like NILs when it first started with Porsche, like crazy NILs.
There was a thing where, like, I think going into last season or the year before, it was like they were rumored to have like a $20 million offensive line or something like that.
Shut up.
Yeah, they spent, like, they have the money.
Yeah.
Texas, for one point, had their own network. They were the school that had their own television network.
I believe that. I mean, Texas is its own country, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun there, but
But they missed the playoffs this year.
They did miss the playoffs. They did miss
Well,
the
you
playoffs.
can't lose to Florida and then start to saying we deserve to play in the playoffs just because we play in the SEC. You lost to Florida.
They beat Texas A&M.
They also lost to, who else did they lose to? They lost to Ohio State. And there was one more loss.
They did lose to Ohio State, but
Yeah.
Ohio State, what, number 2?
It ended number 2.
Yeah.
I think they started number 2 too or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. I know I'm excited about this college football. Although I think just with the controversies, with Notre Dame not getting in, and then an argument for maybe, should Duke have gone in, which I don't think they should have.
No. 5 losses.
Absolutely. But it should have a Vanderbilt or Texas gone in. I think 16 would be the number.
Yeah.
I think we just need to get to 16, add the 4 more teams, and put the guarantee, like, okay, all the conference championships get in, so the 5 major ones, or 4 major ones, I guess, because there's no Pac-12 right now or whatever, and then maybe 1 or 2 Group 5s, and then 6 at large, and, well, actually more at large, and we should be fine. I don't think there's a lot of other schools. Like, if we went to 16, Notre Dame gets in, Vanderbilt gets in, Texas gets in maybe, and let's throw Duke in there just because they were ACC champs. Who else is going to claim they deserve to be in the playoffs, that actually deserves to be in the playoffs?
Nobody. I feel like 16 wouldn't be bad. And also in expanding the playoffs, I think they should expand the playoffs and take away 2 out-of-conference games. You still get left with 2 out-of-conference games, and then you got your, 10-game regular season, and then playoffs start.
We're getting to the point, though, that like conference championships, especially for at least the big boys, the big school conferences, they need to go away.
Yeah.
There's no, like, it almost hurts more than it helps anything.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. That's the
And
point.
I'm not an Ohio State fan. They lost the conference championship back-to-back years. They don't deserve to be in the playoffs. That's what I want.
you can text us 780-218-9999. Paris Jewelers inbox. T-Mac texts and he says, I just started following Tulane because of Nick and Quinion Mitchell. I hope I said that right. Quinion Mitchell, being an Eagles fan. Schools like this do not get enough coverage. T-Mac signed off on that one. So there you go. You're winning people over.
That's why college bowl season, the first week of it and stuff, is the best, because it's the schools that typically we don't see in Canada on TV that often, and they're the fun games.
I don't mind bowl
love
season. I'm not deep diving into college football. I'll pay attention. I'll listen to you guys bicker about it. But bowl season's neat. I mean, we joke about the Pop-Tart Bowl. He loves the Pop-Tart Bowl because of how ridiculous it is.
Right.
They just have
But it's
fun with
fun.
it. They do a great
fun.
job with
It's
it.
cool. And to see
We got
the...
an Xbox Bowl this year for the first time.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Which ones did you play in?
I played in the Armed Forces Bowl in Fort Worth, Texas. That was a pretty fun bowl. We played on the New Year, January 3rd. So we got to spend New Year's in Fort Worth. It was a great time. I played in the Idaho Potato Bowl up
Sweet.
in Boise. That was a good time. It just was during COVID, so it wasn't as fun as it could have been.
Oh.
But playing on Boise State.
Is that the blue field?
Blue field.
Yeah, that's kind of neat.
It was a nice little stadium. Got a little flurries during the game, so it was pretty cold. It was beautiful though. And then I played in the Cotton Bowl, which is the best of the best.
Yeah.
So it was a great atmosphere. I mean, the Cotton Bowl was unmatched. Like they had a full setup gaming room / casino room for the players, and it was open for every day, 24 hours. You just go.
Oh, really?
You had to go between the curfew windows.
Yeah.
Just go in there, unlimited snacks, like a snack bar that's probably from here to the end of the hallway. Unlimited snacks, like PlayStations, Xbox setup,
That's
massage chairs, ping pong tables, pool tables. We had a casino night where they were giving away prizes like Apple Watches and stuff. Like you can buy the prizes based on how much money you won in the casino. And then we stayed at the Gaylord Hotel in Dallas, which is like West Edmonton Mall. Like if you were to stay in like West Edmonton Mall, like
Yeah.
just huge. It was a great atmosphere. Got to go to Dallas Mavericks game where we saw USC there, and it's so funny, being in a bowl game and seeing the opponent team because it's like, screw you guys. So, it's automatic beef on site. Of
course.
That was pretty cool, man. Got to go to the Children's Hospital and do a lot there, which is always fun. It's always fun to do the community stuff during the bowl games. But it was great. It was a great week.
See, that's...
Practice at Dallas Jerry's World.
Yeah.
Every day. So that was
Oh, man, that DVD got to go because he's a huge Cowboys fan. One of our buddies that writes for NHL.com. And he said that facility is just phenomenal.
yeah. It's unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Because, like, the practice stadium has, like, 5,000 seats, doesn't it?
yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, it is Texas, and it is football, and it is the Cowboys, but
It's Jerry Jones.
it's Jerry Jones.
He'll just do things just extravagant.
Yeah.
And that was a big Cotton Bowl win against Caleb Williams.
Yep. Beat the Heisman Trophy winner, man. He's legit. He was legit. Like I was saying, before I came in here, like I'm one of those guys that I give respect to players. Granted, I don't disrespect anybody, but you gain my respect by getting the best of me. And I'll never forget. Like, we go into the game, our DC is like, man, this guy's Patrick Mahomes Jr. Like, he can make crazy throws. Like, he's a bigger body. It's hard to sack him and all this and all that. And we're just like, I think our defense was like top 25 for sure that year. We're like, all right, man. Okay, man, we gonna see how good he is.
Yeah.
So it's the first drive. We're playing USC, and we're amped up. The emotions are crazy, because you gotta think we just played in the conference championship game from, like I said, having a 2-10 season. Mm-hmm. Really heading to the game, I'm like, it really just hit me that this is my last game as at Tulane. Mm-hmm. So emotions are all over the place. Like, I wake up that morning and I'm sad. I'm like, yeah, it's a great opportunity to play in the Cotton Bowl, but like, this is my last time to play with like my brothers, like my guys. Like, after this, like, football becomes so transactional, so much more business.
Yeah.
Like,
You're an asset.
right.
That's what you become.
And so I'm just like, man, this is the last moment of like just doing it. And like this year, I'm looking back at the year, like how we got here, and I'm on the bus, and I'm looking out the window on the bus, and I'm crying. And then Dorian Williams, shout out to Dorian Williams, number 42 for the Buffalo Bills. He was my best friend. I talk to him every day. My college roommate. He played Will, I played Mike. So we were locked in. He was number 2, I was number 1, both of us captains. He's sitting there, tapped me. The hell you crying for? We gotta go play a game. I'm like, bro, get away from me right now. I'm like, bro, get away from me, bro. Like, so we get to the stadium, And like I get mic'd up before the game. They don't have everything that we have at Tulane. So my pregame warm-up is a little different. Got to make the walk from the locker room to the field. And so because I got mic'd up, ESPN crew following me and stuff, and it's really a time where I really just want to be to myself.
Yeah.
Kind of like let my emotions settle, because I'm like, man, I'm finna play my last game. Like, and then I had the honor of like giving the pregame speeches before each game. Cool. So I'm trying to get my mind right. I'm like, I gotta go talk to the guys. Like, we gotta.
Did you write stuff, or was it all from your head?
It was just all from the
from here and here.
Yeah, from right in here, man. And so, I'm walking in, and I'm looking at the corner of my eye. Dorian over there crying. What you crying for? I thought, what are you crying for? Like, come on, big dog.
We're about to play a game.
Yeah, we're going to play a game. Why are you crying? And so, yeah, man, the emotions were high. So I said all that to say, like, we go out. It's like, man, we playing in Jerry World. Defense on the field first. Let's do it. Like, let's rock out. It was tough. We hadn't tackled in like a month because we played the championship game December 3rd, and the Cotton Bowl was like January 2nd or 3rd. So we hadn't tackled in a month, and you don't really realize how hard it is to tackle somebody until you take like a month off for tackling somebody, and then you just jump right back into it. So first drive, me and Dorian missed a tackle, like crazy play. Like me and him missed a tackle, which we combined me and him for over 200 that season.
Jeez.
So it's like if I don't make it, he's making it. If he doesn't make it, I'm making it. So Caleb Williams got out of the pocket, kind of like gave Dorian a little subtle stiff arm. And like I dove to tackle him. He hurdled my legs from the backside. So I was like, okay, but athlete, okay, got the best, okay. So we called like a man pressure, and I had the running back man to man, and they ran a flea flicker, and he gave it to the running back. The running back tossed it back. So as soon as the running back tossed it back, I add in, and I come through and I smoke him like great hit. Like I was probably 235 at the time, so like he felt all of it, and he got up. He patted me on the butt. Was like, "Hey, great hit, one. Next play, touchdown." Next play, touchdown. Got this mouthpiece in his mouth like Stephen Curry. I'm like, okay, he legit.
Jeez.
So okay, that's first drive, and it was like a 13-play drive. We couldn't get off the field on third down, so we going back and forth. Like, we just could not get off the field on third down. They're getting explosive plays, but our offense is completely threatening them as well. Like, Tajay, he's playing for the Titans now, number 2 for the Titans running back. Tajay's just taking it 50, 60, like, going crazy on their defense. So it's a shootout for sure. And then I'm kind of mad at our offense because I'm like, I'm tired. Like, we're going 13 play drives, and our offense is scoring in 2. So we're right back. And then I was on kickoff because I was like, Coach Fritz didn't play that. You're playing special teams, like, as a defensive starter. He didn't care. Like,
so you're on the field all game.
Yeah, like, he was one of those guys, like, he cared about us getting to the next level, and he was like, yeah, you got to play special teams regardless. So I had no problem running down kickoff, and I was on punt, and it was like, offense is scoring at will, and I just got up playing 13 snaps on defense. And so we, get to the second quarter, and that year I also played rush DN on passing situations. So I went from linebacker to defense end because I'm pretty good at rushing the passer. I got that in my tool belt. So I'm killing the offensive tackle. Like, after the game, he was like, man, you're short, but like, you're one of the best guys I didn't have to block. And so I kill him with like a outside spin move to the inside. I get held. He tackles me to the ground. The ref throws the flag. I'm like, all right, bet, cool. So the next play, they send the receiver in the chip, which I'm feeling like, that's a great comp. Like, this is a 6'5" Pac-12 offensive lineman starter, left tackle.
And he needs help.
And he needs help.
Yeah.
So they send a chipper in. I hit the chipper, and then I give him an inside jab to an outside spin. And I'm like, slow-mo, like, I got Caleb Williams on the blind side. Like, in my mind, I'm like, I'm finna sack him. We're in the middle of the field on the star in the Cotton Bowl. I'm gonna hit the Heisman pose as soon as I tackle him. Like dream come true. He jabbed inside, spin outside. I missed a sack. He rolls out to his opposite of his throwing arm, sets his feet, throws a dot down the field 40 yards. I said, man, we need help. I said, we need help, man. He's like, this is like, man, like he had so many Heisman. Like, this is why I won the Heisman moments in that game.
Wow.
Like, defensively, I'm glad we had our offense, man. Because we ended up winning the game 46-45.
Yeah. That's fun to watch.
Yeah, it was, we got to stop right when we needed to, man. Shout out to Pat Jenkins. We're in the air. He may be coming up to Edmonton. That's my dog. He was our defense tackle. Me and him made the safety, got the tackle on the safety because God was just in our favor that game. I mean, like, we're down 15 in the fourth quarter with like 4 minutes to go.
Yeah.
We finally get a stop. And I think they missed the field goal. Offense went down there and scored. They catch Mario Williams. He ended up transferring to Tulane from USC. He's a kickoff returner. He catches the ball on like the 2-yard line on kickoff. Like, we kick the ball off, he catches the ball and just foams it out of bounds. Like, he's right beside the sideline, catches it, bobbles it, and it goes out of bounds.
So they're pinned deep.
Oh, I said we're getting a safety. Like, I'm like, yeah. Next play, we get a safety.
Damn.
They kicked the ball off to us, and then our offense goes down and score, and now it's a 7-point game, and then we ended up getting another stop on defense. Offense go down there, and the rest is history. Alex Bowman caught the ball, and we won. But, yeah, I said all that to say, man, like, Caleb Williams was legit. Like, and, I mean, look at the Bears now.
No, it's crazy.
Like, everybody, loves to, like, say that, oh, yeah, like, guys in the quarterback, like, in the NFL, they're coming in, they're just, not the same, and da-da-da. And I'm just like, guys got to be developed.
Yeah. Like,
the great coaches put schemes around the player's strength, not just getting players to come fit their scheme. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're able to adjust and do things based on the player's strength. And so I feel like, he's found a good system in Chicago to where the coaches play around his strengths because he's a dynamic player.
Well, we're seeing it. I have a question for you. What do you think of smaller quarterbacks? Like Bryce Young, Kyler Murray drives me crazy. I'm a Cardinals fan, and I can't stand him. I can't stand him. I don't like his attitude. I know he's super talented. But where do you feel smaller quarterbacks fit in? CFL, it's a little bit different, right? It's a different type of game. But how do you look at smaller quarterbacks instead of the 6'4", huge, big arm, Caleb Williams can move and juke guys out? How do you look at that?
I just feel like with a smaller quarterback, he has to be mobile. Yeah. You have to be mobile as a smaller quarterback because if your offensive linemen are 6'4" and above, you won't be able to see. Yeah. And so I feel like you got to have a lot of quick game, RPO type arsenal in order to really be able to compete at a high level. Not saying that you don't have the arm to complete deep balls or the accuracy to throw across the middle, but you got to be able to see. And I feel like that's the hard thing once you get to the NFL because you have to have big offensive linemen because they're blocking monsters on the D line.
They are.
So it's just
insane.
That's where I feel like they struggle a little bit, having to be able to drop back pass. And it's like, yeah, you could have been playing in the SEC where, you maybe got one Myles Garrett. Everybody else is pretty decent. But NFL, no, those guys are getting paid big bucks. You are like, you got to get that ball in your hands. You're going to get killed. And so I just feel like that's just the biggest thing. Like I said, just having a coach that is able to implement a scheme to adjust to having a quarterback that may not have the vision.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, sorry, I just want to beef about Kyler Murray. I can't stand him.
Do you ever hold over that Cotton Bowl win over UGM a little bit? Did you ever bring that up with Ed?
Where did Ed go to school?
He's USC.
Oh, he went to USC?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess you don't.
He grew up in Compton.
He's USC.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for telling me. Yeah. I'll be sure to bring it up next time I see him.
He's USC. I think he did track at USC.
Okay.
I think he was there also there doing track.
And he
stuff.
went to the Cowboys too. Briefly.
I knew he played for the Cowboys. Yeah. I did not know he graduated from USC.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's USC. Okay. Let me double check.
I knew he was from Cali, but I didn't know he went to USC.
Yeah.
Yeah, at USC. Receiver.
Okay.
How many years he was a track All-American in '94 with them.
Because when he came here in the late '90s, I remember it was a big deal.
I did not know that Ed played at USC. Oh,
Now you do.
Yeah, he's EST.
I might go to his office tomorrow and bring that up. Actually.
I might be on Ed's bad side after this one.
Man, if I get released tomorrow, y'all know why.
Sorry.
Portions of this hour of the Hangout, by the way, are brought to you by the High Product Marketing, official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Stock. Promotional products that bring the buzz. Check them out at highproductmarketing.com. We got linebacker of the Edmonton Elks, Nick Anderson, with us. Tom Gazzola, Iwanyk here on Edmonton Sports Stock. The Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage. Okay, well, back to the CFL a little bit here. I want to get to it from a player's perspective who didn't grow up around this game, but now has been in this game for 2 years. But we've got some changes coming to the Canadian Football League in 26-27. I'm sure you spent a little bit of time at the very least looking at maybe kind of what's coming. Your thoughts on all these changes?
So what are the first changes that's being implemented
this year is
the play clock?
I believe the play clock, which hasn't been officially determined how the final 3 minutes is going to play out. Competition committee has to meet. And I think benches.
Yeah,
I think benches are this year.
Yeah.
Where you have to be on both sides, not on the same side.
Okay.
I think that's this year.
I think benches is definitely needed.
It's a bit silly with some of the stadiums.
It's a bit silly, being right beside each other.
Like you guys in Toronto and Killam's getting into it.
That was crazy.
And Dinwiddie too. Yeah.
That was crazy. Like that was crazy. Like being there and seeing that was like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Where's the respect?
Well, I know Daggy was fired up too.
Now, Daggy, you expect that from a player.
Sure. That was
and
a big drive.
Like Dinwiddie is a great coach, like great offensive mind, like one of the greatest coaches in the league right now. But that was just surprising to see from a player's aspect of like.
Head coaches don't do that.
No.
Yeah, head coaches don't. The head man don't do that. Like emotions do get high, and shout out to Coach Keelan. He's a emotional coach. Like he's
I hear him yelling on those sidelines.
Coach Keelan need to get back out like that. But it fires up the players. But I feel like there's a line. Yeah, and so that was a crazy thing, and that was one of the things where I just was like, does that even happen if we're on opposite sidelines?
No. Because
the jawing had been going the whole game, because it's like from here to probably
it's like 20 feet away, right?
So it's like it's time. It's time for teams to be on opposite sidelines. So I feel like that's going to be, and then also from the defensive standpoint, if we got to make a substitution, the field's already big enough. You got to make a substitution, and you got we got signals from, we're on the goal line, and our signaler, especially like when we're in BC, they may be signaling all the way down the field, and it's just hard. It's
you got to run
hard.
70 yards to get in.
Right, and then they made the rule was you get a flag if you cut through the opponent's side of the bench, so you got to go all the way around to the back. It was just it was past due time for them to put us on opposite sidelines. I feel like they'll be way, way better.
Yeah. BC and Montreal had a fight at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And they're interviewing Jason Moss, and he leaves the interview to break up the fight.
Yeah.
There's 30 guys in the pile.
And just think it all probably just stemmed from, coming off the field, both teams just going like this and still jawing. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be better us being on opposite sidelines. And then the play clock, I really don't know how that's going to, they say it's going to make the games faster.
I timed a couple of plays, and before the clock would get whistled in right now this past season, it was longer than 35 seconds. So it'll force plays to have to go a little quicker. So I think we'll see a few more snaps actually happen, because it's going to be more college NFL, play ends, clock starts.
Yeah.
And you got to get set up, get going. Whereas I think there's just that, people always back in, for a long time, we're like, the CFL's 20 seconds. How's the NFL? They need 40 seconds.
Yeah, but,
but their clock's going right off the bat. It immediately starts. Ours doesn't start until the ref blows it in.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think it just means there might be some more plays, and you'll have to rush, you'll have to rush back quicker, offensively and defensively. There's not going to
see more tempo offense.
Yeah, but the 3 minutes is just the worry right now, which has to be figured out, because you don't want to lose that extra possession or two that we see right now, because that's kind of what makes the CFL game what the CFL game is that
I do like that under 3 minutes the clock stops at each play, because it gives, if you're down, it gives you opportunity to really come back. And I mean, it keeps it exciting, like you said. 2-minute warning in the NFL, you know the game.
It's over.
Like, it's over.
Yeah.
But 3-minute warning in the CFL, all right.
Well,
There's a
you
lot
said
of
you were
games
down
this
how
year.
much in Cotton Bowl? 15
Yeah, we're down 15.
with like
4 minutes.
NCAA. You could come back in the CFL. You could come back. It's a lot harder to come back in that score in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just the way the game is.
Because
and
you
all
really
that.
may only get one more possession
Exactly.
and wish for an onside kick.
Yeah.
Which now, like, with the kicking game in the NFL, it's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I don't know of anyone outside of like, we'll see what happens in the final 3 minutes. I don't know anyone that could be upset about next year, what we're going to see in the Canadian Football League. 'Cause I think they're all pretty good. But then you go to the year after, and the rule changes are the field goal posts go to the back of the end zone. The end zone is going to be 15 yards, not 20 yards. The field's going to be 100 yards, not 110. And the Rouge, I don't know when, or is the Rouge next year? No, the Rouge is the year after.
This is the year after.
Or is it this year?
No, I
I
think
think
it's
the Rouge is this year.
Is the Rouge is this year?
Yeah, I think you're
Oh, yeah,
right.
that's right. Because
Rouge is
this was
year. I think the opposite sidelines is next year.
Yeah,
You might
'cause
be right on that.
This was the last Grey Cup that potentially could have been won on a Rouge, and I remember we were making that joke.
Yeah, I think the Rouge ends next year
Modified Rouge, Modified Rouge in 2026.
in the play clock.
Benches and play clocks.
Okay.
So the three are
Okay,
next
cool,
year.
cool.
Then the year after, it's goalposts at the back of the end zone, 15-yard end zone, and 100-yard fields.
Okay.
What do you think?
Goalposts. No, I'm not gonna lie. I understand the goalpost, but I feel like that's a Canadian like thing.
Oh yeah,
So it's just, I didn't mind the goalpost. Like, I just learned to play with it. It was a little weird at first, but I'm just like, it's pretty cool. Like, it's the CFL. Like,
yeah.
the goalposts are in the front. That's the first thing people notice, like, the goalposts being in the front. So I understand why fans were mad about that. Now, granted, is it going to make it easier to score points? Yes. Defensively, you don't have to deal with it being in the way. But I feel like it's something that players just adjusted to. It wasn't, but I have no problem with it either way.
I joke. I called it a safety hazard.
Yeah.
Is that legit or is it not a big deal?
I mean, I've been in practice where Luchez Purifoy, the starting safety from last year, he caught an interception by just standing behind it pre-snap. Quarterback thought middle field open. He just stood behind it and then dropped back to the middle field. and
That's
threw
such
it
a
straight
veteran
to him.
move.
And so, I feel like, even on the goal line when they have sneaks, more than likely they sneak it towards the goalpost because it's going to be in the way. But as a defensive player, it's coming. And so, yeah, I was really either way when it came to the goalpost.
Okay.
I don't mind the field being shorter. It's a huge field, man.
Yeah.
It is a huge field, and like, especially you get a long defensive drive, and you got to go all the way. Like, I don't mind the field being a little shorter. I mean, we're still the same width.
Yeah.
Yeah, the width's the same.
Which keeps the reality of continuing to be 12-on-12 football, which is good. But I don't mind the field being a little bit shorter.
When you got up here as a linebacker and a defensive player, was it the width that was the hardest for you to adapt to? Because you've got so much room, and especially outside the hash marks. I know we were talking to Joel DeBlanco this year, asking him what was the biggest adjustment. He goes, yeah, like getting out to the sidelines, I think I'm cutting a guy off and I've got the right angle, and he's still got like 10 extra yards to run by and turn and burn. And I'm like, I really never thought about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll never forget, we were playing Hamilton my rookie year at home. And it's a play. We were on the 20-yard line going in, opposite of the Jumbotron end on our sideline. Tim White had caught a pass, and I thought I had pushed him out of bounds. He gathered his feet and kept running and scored. And the fans were pretty upset with me about that one. But yeah, it was just one of those things where down in the States, we are taught the sideline is the 12th man on defense. Like, use the sideline to your advantage to get somebody out of bounds. So naturally, me growing up playing, I pushed him, trying to get him, out of bounds because he was too far for me to dive out and tackle. Mm-hmm. And so I dove out and tried to push him out. And, he ended up scoring. So definitely it took some adjustment, especially playing wheel linebacker, being out in more space. It's like that was one of the things that I'm kind of looking forward to next year, me getting the opportunity to be in the middle. It's going to be better because I can go sideline to sideline. Mm-hmm. So, like, beginning of this year, it was like, teams were like, okay, we're just going to go to the wide side of the field because we don't want to deal with a Nick Anderson and Niles Morgan in the boundary. So we're just going to go away from them. But, that's just one of the things that you can do up here with the field being so big. You can stretch it, and teams do a great job of doing that. But I feel like my biggest adjustment was the waggle.
Okay.
The waggle was my biggest adjustment as a defensive player. But I feel like it's one of those things, once you got it, you got it.
You get to run at the defense with a head of
limited
steam.
guy. Like all the guys can go do it. It's
What the hell is going on?
The craziest team that did it, though, my welcome to the CFL moment had to be week 2, 2024, we played Montreal. Because they have some crazy motions. Crazy motions. They'll flip the back, offensive line, receivers off the ball, run across, waggle, and then split release. Man, I said, what? I was I'm playing my first game against Sask, and I had a pretty decent game, and I'm like, okay, we getting there. Montreal next week was my worst game probably in my career so far. Missed a tackle on the screen that went for 60 touchdown. I missed a sack that game. I was just like, man, this is crazy. Now, granted, the next week in Toronto, I had 9 tackles, so I kind of,
Figured it out a bit.
Figured it out. But the waggle gave me trouble early in my career.
It can be tricky. It's neat.
Yeah. The CFL game's very designed for the offense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To a lot to help the offense out. And again, these newer rule changes are also supposed to be better for the offenses. So good luck to your defenders out there. You never see things done for defense. How is it playing under Mark Killam? And what was that like?
It was great.
Yeah?
I feel like, he's a great coach. Like I said, man, he has great energy. He always jokes about having 7 coffees before a team meeting. But, he's just one of those guys, you can tell he's really passionate about what he does. It's always good to have somebody that played. Me being a defensive player, he's a defensive coach. He played linebacker, and so I feel like that's always great because defensive coaches just got that grit. Not saying offensive coaches don't, but you got to have a different mentality to play defense. And so just having that as a head coach, just that level of confidence and just that level of competitiveness, and just wanting to win, wanting to do it in the right way, wanting to work hard. Even just something small as last year, we practiced outside every single day.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Well, 2 years ago, there was always the press releases that came out. They're like, hey, practice, move indoors, practice, move indoors. Yeah, I don't remember seeing any of those really last year.
We were outside. We didn't use the indoor at all. And then just as one of the things of just having that level of toughness and to have your head ball coach be a guy that, is a real blue-collar guy, it affects the team so positively.
I did a hit for one of the games this year where the weather was crappy. I think it was August, but it felt like October.
Yeah.
And we were doing it, and I'm doing my Dusty throws down to me, and I'm talking about how bad the weather is. And we asked Killam about that. And I ended the hit by saying, I asked Mark Killam why he hasn't moved any practices to the field house. And all he said to me was, football's played outside, brother. And Suit started laughing. And even when he said it to me, he was so deadpan. I'm like, okay, I got it. You bet, coach.
Yeah, we don't even have an indoor game this year because we played BC in
Kelowna.
In Kelowna. That'll be neat.
Yeah, so you gotta do it, man.
Wild. Yeah, there's only one way that is if BC were to win first in the West, and you guys had to go through BC. That'd be the only possibility. I never thought of it that way. Cool.
Yeah, looking forward to it. But
I like that.
Coach Keelam, he's a great coach. I'm glad he's at the reins.
He's a good dude. What do you think of JC Sherritt?
That's my dog, man.
Yeah.
That's my dog.
Speaking of guys who played your position,
yes.
There's a guy that played your position.
Yeah, JC, man, that's my dog, man. We've gotten so close this past season. For me, it took a lot of adjusting simply because I'm one of those guys, when I first, meet people, I'm more of an observing guy. Mm-hmm. And so, quite frankly, when, beginning of the season, JC didn't really know how I felt about him because I come in, business is business. Like I said, how Edmonton was prior to this year, it was very different. So you had to be on top of your stuff at all times because you just didn't know how things were gonna go. You didn't know how the day maybe would end.
Yeah.
And so initially, you know, I just was trying to just see how everybody was, do a lot of observing. And so JC would try to make jokes with me in training camp, and like he'll make a joke or just mess around, you know, just trying to be a coach.
Yeah.
And I just
Stone face.
but this is how I am. This is how I am, man. Especially when it comes to like,
He's thinking like, what am I gonna do to get through this guy? I need this guy. I thought I was funny.
yeah, man. And so that was yeah. Our relationship definitely developed heavily over the year, but it's just one of those things like I just had to learn to trust him, and he had to learn to trust me. But I feel like one of the things that helped was me being hurt. Me being hurt gave me a lot of time to sit back and embrace, because I'm like, man, yeah, I'm hurt, but I'm not finna just spend all my time in the training room. Like, well, how can I get better? How can I help the team? That's just the type of guy I am.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, let me get with JC. Like, this is already a defense that I didn't play in last year. I've only been in the league 2 years, so there's a lot I need to learn. So let me just stay in his hip pocket, and that's what I did. Like, once I got hurt and I was able to like walk around and move around and stuff, I grabbed a clipboard and like, all right, cool. Like, let's do it. Like, I want to learn as much as I can. And so also that helped our relationship because it helped me. I want to, you know, get into coaching when I'm done. And so it allowed me to just see his preparation and how much, you know, he puts into game planning and how hard of a job it is to make sure that we are in the right position to be successful on game days. And then also just seeing him be able to get in his flow during the games.
Right.
And like just call situational plays and know some plays he's just like, I'm gonna trust my guys. Like, I'm gonna just, this may not be the best play, but this is what I feel like they can do. So I'm just gonna like trust them and give it to them. And then some plays of him just knowing exactly like making the adjustment of, we've been running this, now we're gonna run this. And then also him just trusting, you know, my level of ball knowledge to say, what do you see? And me being able to be like, okay, well, this is what I see, or this is how I would play this, or
You guys are having these conversations in game?
we're having these conversations in game, like sideline, like after drives, because it turned into home games. I got the clipboard, I'm charting right behind him, so I'm writing out each play as it's happening, and he's legitimately looking at me like, what do you think? And I'm just like, okay, this one, I like this call. I like this call. I feel like we should do this because this person's in the game and things like that. And like, he's just one of those coaches, you know, he values the player's opinion. Man, so JC, he's been great to work with. I'm looking forward to, you know, getting with him. He's another reason why I came back this offseason.
Nice.
You know, especially, you know, if I get the opportunity to move over to the middle and, you know, I got to, you know, run the show, and I want to be on the same page with the head man that's calling plays.
Yep.
And so just looking forward to it all, man. And he's a great to work with. And like you said, he played the position and played it well in Edmonton. And so why would I not want to learn from somebody that's done it at a great level where I'm trying to do it at? And so looking forward to continuing growing that relationship.
It was weird seeing JC in Riders gear and in Stampeders gear.
Oh, yeah.
He had a couple of years where when he was getting his coaching feet under him, where I'm like, oh my God, that does not look right.
There's someone that's, they never worked. Hugh Campbell once wore Stamps.
Yeah, because Rick was the
Rick was there. And that one always was just like, ooh, I don't know. That one looks. Hey, Ed never looked right in BC or Ticats.
No. Well,
He
Andrew
never
Harris
did.
with the Riders.
Yeah, Andrew Harris does
That
not look
looks
right.
weird.
He does not look right in
The hell is that?
green and white.
Yeah.
It was, but it's
one of those things.
It's like Emmett Smith in Cardinals.
Hey. that's
Jerry
fair.
Rice in Seahawks gear.
Yeah, that's true.
Wasn't he also
Deion
Bronco?
Sanders from the Ravens.
Yeah.
That was weird. I'm a Ravens fan. That was weird. It just was weird.
Yeah.
There are just those plays that just don't work.
Brett Favre with Minnesota. Like, that was dumb.
But he went to an NFC championship. He wasn't.
I know.
He was very close to going to a Super Bowl with the Minnesota Vikings.
That's crazy.
That is.
Anyway.
We're with Nick Anderson, linebacker of the Elks. I got a couple of listener questions, which there's a little bit of inside jokes here. One was the Elks have done this the last 2 years. I'll see if you have an answer. What's your favorite dinosaur?
Velociraptor.
Oh, I like that. The Elks, I think, back-to-back years of the dinosaur day.
Dinosaur.
Yes.
Yeah. I can explain why this comes up after, but what are your feelings on Skechers? The shoes.
I don't mind Skechers.
Would you ever wear Skechers?
I've worn Skechers before. Not like as a kid, but like they're pretty comfortable shoes.
Is it Patty Ketty texting in?
No, it wasn't. It was Matt Hyman.
We have a thing on this show about
I
Skechers.
feel, yeah, I'm a little down on Skechers and stuff.
I have become a Hoka where
Those are like
I do like Hokas.
really
Which ones?
Hokas.
okay. They're like very robust shoes and
Yeah.
super comfortable.
And then I have a wider foot, so they
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd see that. Yours look warm. I'm not gonna lie. The shoes
Yeah,
you
you got
got
like
they
a
actually do look
liner in
very
there.
I
warm.
got some Uggs on, man.
Is that Uggs?
These are Uggs.
Yeah, those are warm.
Yeah, those.
They are definitely warm, but they have horrible grip for the snow.
Oh,
Like
okay.
being a guy from
Yeah.
down south is like when it gets cold, people put their Uggs on, but like they're not good for the snow at all.
There's no.
Like
You need some
I
grip
almost
traction.
fell a couple times. I feel like that's my one thing, man. The day I fall and bust my tail on some ice real hard, I may book a flight.
Astro on the ground, looking at the flight. Hey, I'm done.
It gets so cold that this is the tell for me is when it gets super cold and the snow doesn't crunch anymore, it squeaks. That's when you're like, damn, what am I doing here? Yeah. You'll step
Hopefully,
out
this
there
is
and
the
you'll
only
hear
cold
the
snap
squeak.
we get, like real cold snap we
God.
get.
They say it's supposed to get real cold Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Bundle up.
this is the snap that. Well, the weather guy Josh Clausen was on earlier this week, and he said it either is going to be around for a long time, for like another week or so, or some models say that actually by Monday we should be really nice, and he didn't know which one to
It
go.
was the Canadian model that says going to stick around. It was
Yeah.
the European and U.S.
Said
weather
that
model that
and
was
I
gonna
looked
be
at one
okay.
of the things, and on Monday it says like the European model, I think it was, said it's like Monday's going to be like 0 degrees.
Oh,
And
wonderful.
the Canadian model says minus 22. So
Not
there's
wonderful.
a big discrepancy there.
Yeah.
Even if they could just meet in the middle. Like minus 13, let's do
Sure,
that.
I can
But
take that.
Usually we get 1 or 2 real big cold snaps, I'd say, a winter. I feel like they usually come in Jan, Feb, though. So hopefully this might be the one.
Yeah.
And if you're here in Jan, Feb, it's not as bad.
It's like
Okay.
where Fahrenheit and Celsius intersect is at minus 40. Sometimes it gets there. Yes, that is a valid reaction.
We're trying to keep them around.
So it's great.
You don't want to tell them the worst
It's
stuff
great
that's
around
gonna
here.
come.
Yeah.
But it all gets better. It all gets better. You know that.
Yeah, the day's getting longer again after the 21st. It's all good. All good.
So yeah, what have you been up to this offseason?
So I went home for a month, see the
Yeah.
family, spend time. Went to the Tulane homecoming game.
Oh yeah.
So I got to go home and just spend time with my grandparents. You know, my grandparents getting kind of older, so it's always good to see them.
Nice.
And then see my mom, see my siblings, which was good. Got to watch a little high school football. One of our cross team rival in the city that I'm from, the little town I'm from, they won a state championship. This first time they did that, I want to say 20-something years.
Nice.
And so was able to go watch those guys play. One of the guys that I played high school football with, he's the receivers coach, I want to say. Receivers or defensive backs coach over there. And me and him were pretty close, so got to watch him coach. But yeah, spent a lot of quality time at home after being up here 7 months, was hurt, so I couldn't really go home for bye weeks. Those weeks were spent with doing rehab and stuff. So it was good to just go home, reset, and then come back up. And since I've been back, just been training, starting my own off season, been working with the Selects program.
Oh, that's right.
So that's been pretty
Yeah.
cool. I'm gonna be the defense coordinator for that. So that's pretty good. It's something that I really wanted to do simply because not only is that something that I want to do when I'm done with done playing myself in my own career, being on the coaching side of it, I feel like it makes you a better player.
Remember when the teacher strike was happening and they had the high school kids, you guys did a program with them. I think it was like 6 sessions. Did you get on the field with any of them?
Yeah, I did.
did?
I
Yeah.
did. I did. And I feel like that was one of the things that I really enjoyed that the organization does is just the community involvement this year. Like I've worked so many camps, got to interact with so many kids, just so many individuals in this community, and it's just been completely fun to do. Even I joke all the time, but one of the things that I really enjoyed this season as far as community events was doing flag football. I had an all-girls team.
Oh, nice.
Well, let me tell you something about. Hey, the girls get after it. Like, I would coach girls at a younger age way quicker than I'll coach boys because the girls just take it serious. Like, if I tell her to run a slant at 3 yards, she's running at 3 yards at full speed. Like, not 5, not 4, not run an out route, not
The attention to detail is
the
there.
attention to detail is there. Like, you give her something to do and she's doing it. Like, and they're working hard. They're taking it serious. Like, they're not messing around.
That's hilarious.
The boys, you got one kid in the boys group that's gonna give you trash talk because the Elks may have lost the game. And it's like, what does that have to do with right now? What we doing? One kid doesn't want to play receiver. He only wants to play DB. Or then you got the one kid with the glasses that says he's a quarterback. And then you give him a true chance to play quarterback and you throw 2 picks. And he's like, yeah, I never really played quarterback. I just wanted to. But the girls, they know. Like,
wow.
If you tell them, like, all right, I may need you to play center. Okay, I got you. Receiver. Like, the attention to detail at that age with younger girls and as far as coaching them is like night and day. Like, I never really understood it until I got the opportunity to coach those young ladies, and they did a magnificent job for me.
The kid with the glasses wants to play quarterback.
Man.
Good line.
And I asked me, I'm like, maybe, like,
Sure.
Why not?
Sure, why not? Like, you can play. He threw the first interception. I'm like, okay, it was his first snap. I'm like, it's his first snap. Like, I'm not gonna be one of the coaches like, nah, get another chance.
Keep a little bit of a leash.
You keep throwing it to the other team. We can't keep doing it. We're gonna put you at center. Think you'll be better there.
That's good.
Pretty funny.
Just quick before you get into
sorry.
just for those that don't know, the Double E Selects, it's a elite level travel team, age 12 to 18 that are being coached education with the Edmonton Elks. They're part of this now, and that's what the Selects are.
They just announced it too recently, which is great program. And I'm glad we're talking about that. I'm glad you brought that up too, Nick, is the level of football player here, obviously compared to where you grew up, it's got to be different.
Right.
But what do you notice about kids that are picking up football here compared to back home?
I just feel like back home it's one of those things where football is just an extracurricular, but you get a lot of kids that's just doing it because it's what everybody does. Mm-hmm. Versus here, I feel like especially with hockey being so big, you get kids that actually want to play football, like want to be developed, actually want to have an opportunity to just be better at a sport,
right?
And are actually interested in versus kids just doing it because everybody else does it. And so that's been one of the things that's been easier to deal with is having kids that are intentional. Like the kid, he couldn't play quarterback, but he wanted to play football. Mm-hmm. So, it's great working with kids like that versus you have an athlete that has all the talent in the world, but he's just out there because his mom just signed him up because his brother played and his uncles played. Up here you got kids, and you got parents that really so into their kids up here. Like you got parents that are actually wanting to have their kids develop, wanting to see their kids, just get opportunities. And that's why I tell the kids all the time, the kids that I work with, I'm just like, man, really thank your parents for just sowing into like your future. Like I come from a place where it's not like that. Like playing football is a great privilege, and you have a support system. A lot of these kids have great support systems where, their family's making it happen for them. And it's just been something just been great to see.
That's a great perspective. Well, I'm glad I asked that. Good answer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're looking into 2026. It's does the signing of Cody is it? It's like because it's the quarterback. Is that a big one? With like there, as we've said earlier, there's a lot of other signings happening. But is this when it's the quarterback? Who QB1 is? Is that kind of like go across the group chats and all that type of things?
For sure. I mean. In being in a 9-man league with the field that we have and the quick game that we have, you cannot do it without a quarterback. And so I know Cody was, taking some time to visit with his family and kind of see, okay, because that's just one of the things about, being a dad and being a husband while also being a professional athlete, you got to try to find a balance, and it's hard to have one. And so everybody respected his time to go and, see, what he needed to do in regards to his family. But the fact that he made that decision to come join us again, especially after having the success that he had last year, is truly exciting for all of us, because it's like finally we're starting a season where everything is going to be stable. We're going to have some stability. We're going into training camp knowing what we're getting, who we got, what we need to work on, what we need to mend together. And I'm truly excited for it, man. May can't get here any faster.
Did he send like a big text like, I'm back to all you guys? Or did you guys find out with the press release? Like,
Hey, who dis? No.
Man, I found out with everybody else because he's not up here. He's with his family.
But I was wondering, like in a group chat, did like send like the Leonardo DiCaprio, like I'm back, for something, and nothing like that.
Nah, Cody, he's a humble guy, man. He's a humble guy. He's a true team guy, and so he didn't really send out a mass text, but it was just more so like just happy to be back apart. Let's do this thing again, back in Edmonton. But I'm looking forward to just getting to know him more this year, and just looking forward to the things that he's gonna bring to the offense. Those guys really respect his veteran presence, and just his grit, and just the way that he approaches preparation was the biggest thing that I heard from the offensive guys. Like Cody just showing up to the facility sometimes before the coaches even get there and just handling everything like a pro. And I feel like that's just sets the standard at quarterback for everybody else to rise to, because the quarterback is the guy, like he is the captain of the ship. And so if you got a guy like that that's doing everything the right way, is able to really push everybody else to say, all right, we gotta pick it up. So I'm glad that he's coming back and looking forward to the things that he's gonna do for us next year.
Yeah, it's weird going into this offseason, just like now, especially with the signing done, just like looking at this team and just there's not a lot of question marks.
No, which is good.
And year after year after year, there's even if there were some bright signs after seasons, there's still there's a question mark here, and here. And this is like one, there's a couple spots, but any sports team, when you go into off season, there's always a couple little things that need to be checked off. But this is one where it's like, I think on December 10th, we could all kind of project what this team looks like going into next year, and things like that, which should be fun. And that schedule came out yesterday. It just always makes me like, is it June yet?
I know.
Is it June? I just want to get to that.
What about on the defensive side of the ball? Because it was tough at the start of the year. I know injuries became a factor. You yourself got hurt, but it really seemed like the defense was gelling in the last 7-8 games, and you're like, I think this D can make some stops, and they did. What changed? What got the defense going in the right direction, in your opinion?
Honestly, I gotta credit the guys of being prepared first and foremost. Like Joel, not blinking when he got his opportunity and just getting better week in, week out. Then when Niles went down, Brock just stepping up and just being prepared. And that goes both into the players for Stanford. JJ Ross, Devardrick went down early in the season. Devardrick was having a great season, got hurt against BC, tore his pec. JJ got in, didn't blink. And so just guys, being prepared and taking advantage of their opportunity. And it just goes hand in hand in the organization, having guys a part of the team that have that level of athleticism and that level of professionalism to have that next man up mentality. And then the coaches being able to prepare guys so they know what to do. And I just feel like all that play hand in hand, and the defense just continuing to get better and better and better and better. And just the emphasis on preparing. I feel like we have a true blue-collar organization where we put the work in every single day to be prepared to show up and play, rather than just saying, okay, we're going to just sit around and just roll the football out and go play a football game. I feel like our level of preparation and the amount of attention to detail increased week to week to week, and the level of play rose with that.
We have a question in our chat. I don't know if you would I'll just throw it to you. Wait. Is there one team you look forward to playing next year, redemption, retribution, or retaliation-wise? Do you look at that schedule and go, I can't wait to play that game?
For me, it's a lot of teams simply because I was hurt. So a lot of teams I want to play off the fact that I didn't get to play them last year. If I had to pick one, BC.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was a week 4, week 5 this year.
BC.
Gonna get them.
Got to get them. Yeah, looking forward to playing those guys, for real. Like,
They're going to be good for a while, I think, with Rourke.
looking
Yeah,
forward
I
to
can see
playing-
I see what you mean. I get it.
I would want to play those guys.
Yeah, I
I
get
don't
it.
think we didn't beat them last year. That's probably the only team in the West we didn't beat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was the 2 losses at the beginning of the season and late in the season.
Didn't beat them.
That was the end of the playoff hopes, that game.
Yeah. So looking forward to playing BC.
I get it.
They got the MOP, MOC. Yeah, let's match up. Let's do it.
Another one I actually asked, because with speaking of the awards, did you feel any pressure, put more pressure on yourself going into this season after being the most outstanding rookie from the year prior?
Yeah.
You think so?
It was a lot of pressure that I put on myself. Just to, like, coming into the CFL, didn't really expect to play in the CFL, and then the CFL being put in my lap as like, this is your next opportunity. And I took it and ran with it for sure. But coming up here, getting adjusted, beginning the season, having to deal with earning my right to be a starter, but still having to learn the game as I played it. And everybody kind of looked like, okay, well, what is this rookie going to do? And then me being able to, focus in and just get better week to week to week to week to week. And then winning Rookie of the Year, in which I didn't even know I was in the running to win Rookie of the Year until late in the season. Like, I wasn't paying attention to it. Like, I'll never forget us playing Calgary right before our last bye week, and I had broke the tackle record, and I hit over 100 tackles, and I was like, I got that many tackles? Like, I literally didn't know. I wasn't checking my stats. I was like, I was just trying to keep my job. Like,
Yeah, well, you're in on pretty much all the tackles. So,
I was just out there trying to keep my job and, play well every week. And so just coming back, I feel like I put a lot of pressure on myself that year and, fighting, trying to get, back to NFL, just coming back up here, feeling like expectations are going to be high because I was Rookie of the Year, led the league in tackles, and I just pushed myself very, very hard. Even in the offseason, never stopped. Like, as soon as I got back in the States from last season, I immediately had a couple NFL workouts, so I'm training for that. And then after the NFL workouts, I'm consistently just training. Never taking any time to just, like, okay, take a break. Like, and I feel like that overlaid into my season. Like, came into training camp, I was ready, had a great training camp, but also being in training camp a little uneasy because of the way that things have been in Edmonton. You never want to get complacent, but a lot of times you don't have to overdo it. But, I mean, look at the preseason game. Like, I had 10 tackles in the first half. Not saying there's nothing wrong with having a great performance, but I'm literally, like, out there, like, if I don't make this play, I'm gonna get cut. If I don't make this play, I'm losing. And it's just a lot of pressure to play with. And I just feel like, going into this year, it's more just telling myself, man, whether you make a play or you don't make a play, just be Nick Anderson. And being Nick Anderson, you're gonna be pretty well. And just really just giving myself a little leniency. I used to be I'm my biggest critic. Like, after the games, I'm spending more time looking like, man, I missed this play. I could have a 15 tackle game and I missed a tackle in the first snap and it's bugging me the whole week. And you have that level of competitiveness and, that desire to be great, but you're not going to be perfect. And I feel like that was one of the things that the injury really showed me this year, because even with the injury, trying to push through it, like, I got to play, like, I got to go, like, I don't get hurt, like, and then my body saying, no, like, no, you need to take some time, like, just relax a little bit. And So I feel like this year has definitely been a growing year as far as like, just being a pro and just seeing things from a different perspective. But I'm looking forward to what next year is going to bring for myself and the whole organization.
On a much lighter note, Pizza Boy texts in and says, Nick, you needed to chat GPT your shoes for the grip.
Okay. Cool.
Because you don't have grip on those. And you know how you were saying chat GPT knows everything. You think you should have chat GPT.
I should have, man. I should have. I did, though. I got a pair of boots coming.
See? Okay.
On Sunday.
There you go, Pizza Boy.
On Sunday, got a pair of boots coming. I did go to ChatGPT like I need some better shoes.
Something you've learned about Canada that most Americans won't understand. Is there anything?
I guess I'll give a positive and a negative. The positive thing that I've learned about Canada that Americans won't understand is... Like, I explain to everybody, like, there's good things about Canada.
Yeah.
And there's bad things about Canada.
Yeah.
As
Just
any
like
place.
Yeah.
Any place has its good and bad. I would say the best thing about Canada, and probably because we're in Alberta, beautiful. Like, the nature aspect of it. Like, I've been down to, like, Banff. I've been all around Edmonton, Vancouver. Like, it's a beautiful country. And I feel like in the States, you just know that Canada's up there.
Yeah.
You don't really value like how unique of a country it is. The negative thing about Canada is the traffic. Like the traffic laws do not make sense.
We agree.
Like, how can I be driving but the pedestrians have right of way at all times, but all my decision making is based off like my judgment?
Yep.
It's the craziest thing ever. And I get so frustrated about it. Like,
Maddie has a theory. We placate to stupid.
yeah,
In North
like,
America in general.
Well, yeah, but
like the thing that gets me is just like we're both traffic's going this way, but if I got to turn this way, everything's a yield, and then you also got pedestrians that freely walk while the traffic is going this way versus it's simply just being a red light to stop this traffic, let this traffic turn, but don't let the pedestrians go until both traffic is going like this.
So the no turn on left.
Yeah, like,
But those, we should only have turn on signals.
right.
Like
Turn
left
on,
signals.
it should only be
Okay.
turned on signals.
right.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm so used to driving the other way that no, I'm good with the way it is.
But then you go
I'm
drive
grew
in
up
the
here,
U.S.
but I
and it's
grew
like,
up here.
this is easy. This
Yeah, but then
makes
I
sense.
could make this light quicker because I don't have to wait for the red light to turn. It's a green no matter what. I
know
can just
what-
turn left when it's green.
How many bombs get hit up here?
a lot.
Well, I'm not going for this one, but I'm at 0 body counts, so I have yet to hit anyone. So personally, I'm still good on that one. Have you been following the NFL season?
Yeah, I have.
Can you make any sense of it for me? Because I feel like there's no real top teams, and there's just like any given week.
Yeah, is there a contender,
This
like a
seems
legit
like
favorite?
it's all over the place this year. Chiefs might miss the playoffs.
The Chiefs might miss the playoffs.
Ravens might miss the
In the
playoffs.
AFC, I like Denver.
Do they have the offense? Enough of an offense to go win a Super Bowl?
I feel like they do what they do well enough to win the Super
Yeah.
Bowl. They got a quarterback that they don't really ask to do too much. They don't really ask Bo Nix to go out there and throw for 400 and 3 touchdowns, but they got a stout running game that is very consistent, and they got receivers that can take the top off of defense if needed, and they got a defense that's firing on all cylinders right now. And so I like Denver. I think a lot of people are still sleeping on the Patriots. But I feel like they're playing pretty solid ball. The Texans have shown up late to play consistent ball. CJ Stroud is doing his thing. That defense is the best in the league right now. And so between the Texans, the Broncos, and the Patriots, that's who I like. And the Bills. I mean, Josh Allen is Josh Allen.
They're so like
They're finding ways to win.
yeah.
That's
Like
the
they're
thing they do.
becoming the modern Kansas City. Like just finding ways to win. Like
And if you don't have Kansas City or Baltimore in the playoffs, is that open
then
up for the Bills?
The road's open, yeah.
and the Bills just find a way to win. And so I say the Bills, Denver, the Patriots, and Houston. Those are my 4 in the AFC. The NFC, whoever gets out of the NFC North.
Okay.
Because, I mean, that's a division where it could be the Packers.
Yep.
It could be the Bears, or it could be the Lions. It's a toss-up right now. And I feel like whoever gets out of the NFC West. So the Rams, 49ers, Seahawks, the same thing, that trifecta. Yeah. So whoever gets out of those 2 divisions, I feel like is going to represent the NFC.
It's wild because, like, even today, I saw, like, Nick Sirianni had to come out and say he's not benching Jalen Hurts. This guy won the Super Bowl last year. I know, but, like, that's how quick, like, the season's been so wild is that, like, there's actually, like, it was asked of Nick Sirianni, are you going to be benching Jalen Hurts?
And then Dallas, finding some fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is their defense getting good? I know they've added a bunch of guys, and
they got 2 monsters in the middle, in Kenny Clark and Quentin Williams.
Yeah.
And so when you got a D-line that can dominate like that, it's going to make it way easier on everybody else. So I feel like Dallas is getting better. And then, I mean, George Pickens is having a phenomenal season, along with CeeDee Lamb. Dak, has some consistency in being able to get the ball to those guys. And then they got a running game that's pretty decent. And so, yeah, it's going to be Dallas, between Dallas and the Eagles, whoever wins that division, and then the winner out of the NFC North and NFC West. That's how I feel it's going to go over there.
It's all over the map. Hey, did you see the thing with Justin Herbert and Laura Rutledge at the end of the game?
I watched that.
And she's taking heat. Did you see it too?
I didn't see it.
She went. You know how we have to do.
I saw the tweet, but I didn't get to watch the video.
Yeah, you know how we have to do those interviews with like 2 or 3 of you guys after the game. She was trying to do that with Herbert, and he kept walking away, and people are saying, "Oh, she's grabbing his broken hand." I don't think she grabbed his broken hand.
Yeah, in the moment, you're not realizing which arm. Like, it was the bloody arm, and he was trying to go there. But she was trying to get him for the interview. He said he wants to just go celebrate with his teammates. I get both sides.
Yeah,
like Justin Herbert wants to go celebrate with his teammates, but he's also contractually obligated to ESPN.
Yes.
If she doesn't get that interview, her boss is calling her into the office and going, why didn't you get that interview?
You've got someone in your ear, your producer going, get them. Like, if you were doing, like, I have to wait for the prayer circle for a lot of post-game interviews, and I'm not going to get in get out of the prayer circle, let's go. No, I'm going to get my ass beat up if I did that. But, like, if I said to Mike Arcuri, Mike, we need Nick for post-game, and he goes, yeah, okay. And then he goes, Nick, we need you. And you go, yeah. Or even if you brush it off, I would have to, like, run after and be like, Nick.
Problem is it didn't look like there was PR. It didn't look like there's a PR person there to be like, no, you've got to go do this.
Yeah.
And looked like for Justin Herbert, it's probably just like, well, here's some reporter. Hey, I want to go celebrate with my teammates. Get me in the locker room.
You know, that's the other thing too, because I can now see it from her point of view, working these games for the last couple of years. It's like, no, you need to get them, and like, they won. Like, he should be. It's 2 questions basically.
Yeah, it's just double-edged sword.
That's
how you look. But me, I don't mind. I know some guys don't really like media.
I know.
Me, I'm one of the guys, like, I feel like I represent myself well. Don't know how to handle questions. And so it doesn't really bother me. But
so you're doing it basically every game next year?
Yes.
You're saying it on this I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
We got to get quickly. Play Alberta over under. Download the app. It's on playalberta.ca. EST Sports, deposit 50, get a free $50 sports bet. Just looking at that playoffs, not a lot of respect given to the Green Wave. The over under in that game is set at 57. Ole Miss is minus 60.5 point favorites in that one. So it's going to be a 2-parter question. Who wins that football game? Who wins college football championship this year?
Ole Miss, Tulane. I got to go with Tulane. I got to go with my school, man.
That'd be great.
I got to go with my school. I got to. Despite what people may think, I got to rock with my school. I never turn on my school.
So will you pick them to win the whole thing, or
to win the whole thing? I feel like my celebrity pick is going to be Tulane. But my other pick.
Yeah, if Tulane can't win. If Tulane doesn't win, who wins after Tulane?
Pissed off Texas A&M team.
Oh, I like that.
That didn't play in the SEC championship. That got knocked from being one of the top schools, lost to Texas, and everybody kind of been, they've been able to sit back and like really fuel the fire. They've had their, moment of knockdown when they lost to Texas.
Yeah.
I feel like Texas A&M gets in and does some damage.
It's been a while since SEC won. Last couple of championships, Ohio State and Michigan. So looking to bring it back to SEC country. Nick, really appreciate this. This is 2 hours. So thank you for spending all that time for us with us here. Really appreciate it. All the best with the weather. Good luck with it for the next little bit, and hopefully it's fine for you.
You'll be okay.
Get that light from Phillips. If you need it, I can send it to you if you need,
Right,
need one. Thank you very much, and all the best. Like if we don't see it beforehand, hopefully we do though. But all the best next season with all the off-season trading. There's linebacker of your Edmonton Elks, Nick Anderson, right there on the Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. We got Lock Shop coming up. We've got Oil Stream. We got EST Afternoons. We got the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. We also got the Crush Performance coming up at 7 o'clock. 6 o'clock on our audio streams. On behalf of Nick, Tommy, I'm Matt. Once again, thanks for tuning into the Hangout here at Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta. Lock Shop coming up in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Look at this. Let's go.
There you go, right in front of the camera.
First-time guest, long-time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout, presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Gazzola with here, joining us today.